start because before I'd done my first exhibition, I went to a few the previous year. It's just amazing that there's these people that you don't know, they're inviting you into your homes, and there's stuff going on that you don't know about. There's artists everywhere, and that's what I enjoy.
I feel so comfortable with having, lots of people I don't know coming through the house, but I think it's really generous of the artists that do that.
I think it's a good idea. I mean, obviously as artists we need to be careful about who we allow around our home or what area. It's great for people to be able to see you in your natural environment.
The reason I brought it to the church, or initially to the Vestry House Museum, was I didn't want people traipsing around my house, picking things up and sort of looking at the house and checking me out.
It's complete madness. No, I think it's incredibly generous of a lot of people to invite people into their homes to share their artwork and their lives in some small way.
It is my sanctuary, and it was a bit disturbing at first that this is a place I hide and I make stuff, and this is my only personal space that other people don't go into normally. Having hordes of people coming in and making judgments about the space. People do come in, they judge the space as well, and as well as the work.
A lot of my art is about home because I'm home based and I haven't been out to work far from home for quite a while. Yeah, but I just like to keep my private life separate from that sort of art life. Like celebrities complain, not that I'm sort of comparing to that, but they can't have their privacy, and I like the fact that I go home and people don't particularly know that's where I live.
The fantastic thing about the art trail is it's come out of nothing. I don't like to use the word forced, but people have been, they have almost had to use their own workspaces and home spaces as gallery spaces because there hasn't really been much else. But in the event, I think that by opening up your home, you meet your neighbours, you meet loads of people. I think it's a fantastic community event. I like theatre, I like change, I like multitasking. I think if I just ran an ordinary shop, I would get quite bored. I like to connect up with other projects. I think if you do that in business as well as in all areas, you have a much better chance of a successful outcome.
I did this collaboration with Lynn and Penny for fun, and because I work also in the shop, so it's really nice to be in the shop doing something completely different.
People walk by just to sort of go, oh, free art. And to be interested and to think, oh, I could do that, and to take something. Because art has become so much about buying and money and galleries, and this is just cuts across all of that really. And then we reach people who would never probably bother to go to a gallery. I mean, not necessarily, but last year a lady came up to me and said, oh, can I take that? And so yeah, it's free.
We live in such a consumeristic world. Does it take people a bit of time to realise that it's free, that they can take it?
Definitely, they almost ask you all the time, can I really take it, is it free? And that's really nice, and that's what I really like about it, is that people are they're really pleased to get something.
Yeah, I wanted to disguise them, so you've got that moment of discovery, because I think it's an amazing concept anyway. I think you've got that realisation first of all where it's free, and then you realise, well, with mine, that there's something inside them, and there's that whole sort of childlike sense of discovery.
What's that apple got a map on it of? Where's that? Oh, it's Walthamstow Central. So do you like your fruit then? Are you a healthy boy?
I like apples the best.
I hope that it says I'm playful in a way and trying to just expand and explore.
I mean, I do what I do without thinking how this reveals stuff about me, I suppose. But, I mean, I guess you can look at the work and think, well, I'm definitely somebody who enjoys colour in terms of working with colour. And I'm really an abstractionist, although I do sometimes work in a realistic way, in a figurative way, but mostly I'm into abstract paintings and colour.
This year it was an opportunity really to pull together a number of the images that I've been taking over the last sort of year and a half. Some of which my daughter took as well, and my son. So it was just a great opportunity around the title of Home to be able to pull all those images together, and frankly an opportunity to get images to actually display at home as well. So it's been fun to look through all the various files. Even though we had lots of preparation, we were really organised this year, invariably 2 or 3 days before you're still wondering how you're going to hang this piece.
Try not to portray London in a postcardy kind of way. I just try to show the little quirks of London and the details and the fact that it has good light sometimes, and that it's a really interesting city. And a lot of the shots that I have here are a result of just being in the right place at the right time.
The idea was to photograph local clubs and societies. And I picked the Bonsai Club. I've always been interested in bonsais. The actual image is a montage of about 20 photographs of the club. And I'm really interested in how montages work. Pictures joined together like this, because it gives an overall feel rather than say exhibiting one picture.
I think I've taken a real step forward in my design and also the complexity of how you put the mosaics together. So it's always very exciting when you start a piece and just let it grow organically.
I worry a lot about stuff, about politics, about the environment, about things that I find unjust and unfair in this world. I think it also says about me that I really like beautiful things and I like to make beautiful things. I mean, I like combining the two and it doesn't necessarily go together, so this is what interests me as an artist.
My work has a lot of ideas in it. I'm interested in pretty much everything that there is that you could be interested in. Sort of mixing up different ideas and subjects and bits of science I've got in, and art and skills.
I wanted to tell a story, and I think families are a brilliant place to find stories. Often they're scandals, secrets, drama, people not talking to people. It's sort of the most lively and dramatic and meaningful thing in your life.
I thought skateboarding, and I sort of wanted to put in like a cool context and like shorten so it fits. So I just thought skate and then number 4 and then life.
It's almost like text language, isn't it?
Yeah, and then here is like a skate ramp, half pipe.
I don't like people sitting on my stuff or using my things.
Up until Saturday I hadn't seen it all together. All I've seen is lots of wooden deck chairs and lots of canvases. I've seen them actually finished and together. Apart from being a great relief, they look brilliant. It's about people sharing skills, and more than anything it's about people talking to each other.
My first time at the art trail, and I'm very impressed with what it's happened.
There's been some screen printing and textile design prints.
Do you think you'll be exhibiting any of your work here then next year?
Yes, I hope so.
I'll definitely come back next year. It's wonderful. And what a good idea to have the actual trail. Really, really good idea.